Hi guys, I just wanted to give you a quick clip on your research paper presentation project that is due at the end of the semester. I usually do this in the classroom, but again, we don't have that opportunity. So I just wanted to walk you through that really quickly in case you have any questions or concerns. So I am in student view, so this is exactly how you should see the homepage. And if we go to syllabus, this is the easiest way to find the assignment, and scroll all the way down, you'll find our self-analysis research project here. Some of you may have noticed that I changed the due date. It was originally due on May 29th. I pushed it out 1 week since we have the luxury of that time because we're not actually giving presentations. So it is now due on Friday, June 5th. So you click on Self-Analysis Research Project, and you'll see a description of the assignment. You'll see the due date, what it's worth, how to submit, and then there's a blue button here that says Submit Assignment. I'm going to show you how to submit assignment a little bit later, but first I want to just walk you through the details of this project. So the main concept here is you are engaging in a self-analysis. So that means you're going to choose something about yourself. It can be virtually anything because psychology is the study of human behavior, and you are a human and you are behaving. So literally anything can be your topic. I've put a couple of examples of areas that you could analyze, but these examples are not an exhaustive list. So for example, you could talk about intelligence, cognition, social development, personality, mental health issues, physical development, etc., etc. But the main idea is choose something about yourself and then analyze your own personal experiences within that area and then use research to support your analysis. So this is a two-part assignment, and the main thing we want to do is engage in a self-analysis and support it with research. So the first part of that assignment is the paper. So you're going to be writing a 5 to 7 page paper, and you're going to have 5 sources, preferably academic journal articles, and you're going to write this paper in APA format. So the paper is, again, choosing a topic about yourself, analyzing it based on what we've learned in this class. The paper needs to be in APA format. I have provided you with guidelines for how to write an APA format. You can click on this link and it'll download, or you can click on the viewfinder and you can see the document in Canvas. This document is all about APA format. Please use this as your reference for how to write an APA format. Please do not Google APA format. If you do that, it will bring up all kinds of information about things you don't need for this paper. It'll say you need an abstract. It'll say you need a methods section. You don't need any of that for this paper. The only thing I care about with regards to APA format in this paper is you are citing your sources in APA format, you are listing your sources in APA format, and then your font size, your margins, spacing, page numbers, title page, all of that, which you see in this document. So please refer to this document for how to write in APA format. And then if you still have questions, feel free to reach out. Also for the paper, it's a good idea to run your paper through this plagiarism checker because your paper will be run through a plagiarism checker once it's submitted. And you want to have a authenticity score of 75% or higher. That means that 75% of your paper is written in your own words. The reason I don't require 100% is because sometimes we want to quote things, and that's totally fine. You put them in quotations and you cite them appropriately, but plagiarism checkers don't know that quotes are quotes. All they do is look for the sentences and see if they exist somewhere online. So they are quotes, then they are going to exist somewhere online, and the plagiarism checker will identify it as plagiarism. So you have a little bit of a buffer here. 25% of your paper could technically be quotations, but it really should not be more than 25%. Even 25% is pretty high. So make an effort to write in your own words, paraphrase quotes wherever you can, and make sure you are citing your sources appropriately. Okay, so that's the paper. You're going to be graded on how many pages, how many sources, and then content, making sure that you are actually engaging in a self-analysis and supporting it with research. Okay, the second part of the project is the presentation. So the presentation is basically your paper in PowerPoint format. This is not a presentation on a different topic. This is not a separate assignment. Your PowerPoint is your paper in PowerPoint format. So your sources should be the same, the content should be the same. You should be citing your sources in APA format. You should be listing your sources at the end of the PowerPoint presentation in APA format. The difference is the PowerPoint is kind of like a preview to your paper. So you are not copying and pasting your paper into a PowerPoint. You are highlighting your paper in this PowerPoint. You're giving me the main points, the highlights to your paper in this PowerPoint presentation. Sorry, let me X out of that. And then throw some pictures in there, make it visually appealing. You'll see in my sample presentation that I'm going to show you in just a second, I have personal pictures. You do not have to put personal pictures. You can put memes. Memes are actually pretty great. You can put infographics. You can use charts, graphs. You can use stock photos from the internet. Just make it visually appealing, something that is enjoyable to look at. Okay, and then my sample presentation. Let's take a look at that. Again, you can download it by clicking on the link, or you can view it in Canvas. So you'll see in my sample, you'll see in my sample presentation that I chose my social and personality development. That's what I chose for my topic. And I chose 3 of my strongest personality characteristics. And I talked about how, where I believe they come from and how they have influenced my social development. So this is just one example of a topic. You can choose the same topic if you want to, but you don't have to. What I want you to pay attention to more in this sample is the structure. So what I'm doing in this presentation, as you should do in your presentation and your paper, is I am talking about my experiences and citing research that supports that analysis. So for example, I'm saying I have lots of experience socializing. This has increased my emotional intelligence, and this has made me very in tune with others' emotions, which makes it easier to be socially competent. And then I cite research that supports that analysis. Research shows that the more experience individuals have with social interactions, the more socially adept they become. So self-analysis supported by research, okay? Sorry for all the interruptions. I need to turn that off. Okay, so make sure you are including the main points, including your sources, and then citing all of your sources within the text of the presentation and listing your sources at the end of the presentation. Okay, let me minimize this and then a couple of final notes. When you are submitting your PowerPoint presentation on Canvas, there's not enough room for all the PowerPoints, so you have to convert your PowerPoint into a PDF. So all you have to do is go to your PowerPoint presentation, hit File, Save As, and you should have the option to save as a PDF. And then the PDF is what you would upload to Canvas. Okay, so how do we submit the assignment? Click on Submit Assignment, and you're going to get these options here. File upload is really the easiest way to do this. So you're going to choose your file. I'm going to choose just a random PDF file. Let's see. There we go. We'll use my sample presentation. Okay, so I've chosen my presentation. Now I'm going to add another file. And now I'm going to upload my paper. So choose File, and I'm going to choose just a random Word document. Okay, and then I'm going to click Submit Assignment. Okay, so make sure you've uploaded both of your files, your presentation and your paper, before you hit Submit Assignment. Otherwise, you'll have to submit it again and it just gets complicated. So add another file to get that second box and Submit Assignment. Okay, and then it will take a little bit of time for the assignment to be submitted, but once it is submitted, you should be able to see your documents. There we go, submitted. You can look at submission details. Let's click on that. So you'll see your document submitted. And then once I come in here and grade everything, I'll be putting comments for you. You'll be able to see your grade there. This is where you'll see all the information for the assignment. Okay, so if there is any mistake, you can resubmit the assignment, but try to make sure everything is uploaded in that first submission. Okay, that's pretty much it. Last but not least, if you are struggling with a topic, if you're having trouble, you're not sure if your topic is appropriate, you want to bounce some ideas around with me, please reach out. We do still have 2 weeks to complete this, but 2 weeks moves very quickly. And we know it's a lot harder to get work done at home, so please don't procrastinate. Get this started as soon as possible and reach out to me with any questions. All right, that's about it. Looking forward to seeing all of your awesome projects. Take care.